EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and our home team. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here's Anthony McFarland. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On the ground, it's McFarland. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Now a run with McFarland. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
First down, Pittsburgh.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run here with McFarland. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And down right around the 37. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slant.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Here's Herbert. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Herbert. That's going to be caught by Judy. That catch good for only a couple.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Again, Herbert. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Herbert throwing again. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 40, 30, 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Eric Ebron.
Eric Ebron, 94 yards. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Yeah, this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. Lindsay first down and more than that. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
I have to admit I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
3rd and 2, Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19. Now a carry for Lindsey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now it's Herbert. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Back to the air on 2nd down. White. And that'll be incomplete. White took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
3rd down. And 10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, it's White. Escaping the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Nick Needham picks it off. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Intercepted. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. 2nd quarter now, Toronto in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. He takes us from the 30 to the 34.
Number 30, Philip Lindsay.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. And you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. On first down, they'll start with McFarland. No gain on the play there. Second down.
The ball carrier.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's White. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground. Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw, White. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick, but instead it falls down incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Herbert. This is the tight end Fant. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Got a man. It's Judy, complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. On first down, Justin Herbert. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line.
10 at the 12-yard line.
To the air again, Herbert. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, but it's going to be second down. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. To throw again, Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Here comes the seventh play now of this drive as this is third and 10. Herbert back to the air. This will be caught at about the 5. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They snap it to Herbert. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Broncos cut into that lead. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Running with McFarland. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 2nd and 9, White. Now they set up the screen for McFarland. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. coming up at halftime. We'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And that will be incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Fourth down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10.
First and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Here's Herbert. A good rally to the football, keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Here we go, D. No.
Here's Herbert now on second down. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. On Herbert, his third interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the return will stop right around the 25.
They'll take over.
That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Eric Ebron with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. This is Jakeem Grant. And able to get this out to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well,
he's got a man complete. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the shotgun, here's Herbert, and nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. It was Minka Fitzpatrick that time to break that one up.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
On second and 10, the ball back with Herbert. Screen pass to Lindsey. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's first and goal.
55, Mike, 55.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. His pass caught at the 4. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
First and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Taken about 7 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Their own 39-yard line.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They begin the drive with McFarland. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
First down, Steelers.
Here's McFarland. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Made back at his own 49.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. White, and his throw is incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And now it's third down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And the play clock running down, so Mike Tomlin burns a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down. Now White. Ebron's got it. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
First down, Pittsburgh.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. White looks to throw. Completion here to Claypool. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Complete to
Chase Claypool. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Anthony McFarland, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to him and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
And the kick is no good, but there are flags behind the line. He's going to get bailed out. I think this is going to be a roughing call. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And the kick here no good, but a penalty flag is down. Looks like he got run into, so they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
If you know, you know. That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. Lindsey, first down and more than that. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos get a bit closer.
The kicker on for the extra point.
And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
He's tackled at the
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On 1st down, McFarland. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On 2nd down, McFarland. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
To throw on 3rd down. White. Now White lost the football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And he whips that one incomplete there. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and it's 3rd down. He has still not connected on a single pass in this second half.
And right now they're going through all the different reasons, the whys, the wherefores. Bottom line, got to find some completions in there and get their offense moving.
And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 27, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
The kicker on for the point after.
This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taken in the end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. On second down now, it's Evans. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good.
15 yards through the air and a first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good game and a first down.
Welcome back to Toronto. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And it's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Rashad Penny looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Down right at the line.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10.
Herbert now. He's got his tight end Fant. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. On 1st down, it's Herbert. He'll find Lindsey here. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
17-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Out of the gun, Herbert. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
For Phillip Lindsay.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Again, Herbert. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is He's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Phillip Lindsay with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos are able to at least make things a bit more respectable.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You just tried to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Again, McFarland. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A nice gain of 21 yards. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
He's tackled at the 32.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. And this will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. Good. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Herbert on 1st down now. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Back to the air, Herbert on 2nd down. And this is caught, touchdown. Wait, hold a second here, flag down. Let's see if this will stand. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22. And this carries into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
20-yard line.
They'll run on first down. McFarland. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On second down, Connor looking for space. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
you know, you know. If you know about the carport, them trapdoors supposed to be awkward. If you know, you know. That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore.
Today's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive